Colorado has
Pretty excited
offered
about this.
Reese Russell. Matt, this is something we have been waiting for, something that should have happened, but now finally has happened. Matt, what does this mean to you? Congrats to Reese Russell, 4-star offensive lineman. Obviously, his father played at Colorado, legendary Colorado alum. Matt, what are your thoughts on Colorado finally offering Reese Russell? Go ahead.
Why did this take so fucking long? You know, like he's going to Nebraska this weekend, a team that offered him like as a fucking sophomore, like the first one of his first 3 offers. And of course, CU Twitter goes right in on him, like, oh, this isn't it. You like, bro, CU waited until like what, offer 25?
Yeah.
And his dad won the Buckus there, and he's a fucking monster and like really does things right. So I'm thrilled that Deacon and Breck and Reese and all these cats have offers by CU. I want all of them to go to Boulder. Mm-hmm. Personally, and this is my opinion, I don't think they get any of them.
Really?
And I'm just saying that from my perspective, I don't think that they're going to be able to get any of them. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell them. And I want everybody to be very, very clear on what I'm saying. Yesterday, when I watched the first round, or when the first round came out, right? Everybody's watching it. Just bring up the first round and let's go through. We're talking about 3 offensive linemen here that are really good players. How many first round offensive linemen from the SEC and the Big Ten are on that board?
Fuck. From SEC and Big Ten, 1,
Campbell and 2, Booker, there's 2 for sure.
3, 4.
The Missouri kid.
5. And 4.
What do you mean? All of them but the North Dakota State kid?
He ain't from the SEC.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody but the North Dakota State kid is from the SEC or the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way that the SEC and Big Ten schools recruit against a school like Colorado is very simple. Reese, Deacon, Breck, we're going to run the ball at the SEC school 200 to 250 more times a year than we are at the Big 12 school. That you're also going to be playing against the premier defensive linemen in the country that are going to go in the first round. That we saw how many first-round defensive ends and pass rushers go from the SEC.
Only 6.
Even the kid from Texas A&M who has 4.5 sacks in 5 years, he went 14th. I mean, I couldn't believe it, but whatever. I'm saying that it's hard for me to just tell them to pick the school that I played at that might be down the road from them because the fans think it's the best fit, and people are going to be mad if I say they're not going to go there.
Right.
All I'm trying to say is when my son has these opportunities when they're coming up, Colorado would be fantastic if that's where you really want to play and that's where you want to commit. But when you've got Big Ten and SEC schools beating down your door, I don't know how you walk away from those kind of financial opportunities on top of the fact that you're immediately going to the upper echelon. And with the transfer portal now, not to say that this is an option, but it is, you can go to Georgia, and if it doesn't work out, you're going to be able to transfer from Georgia real fast anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different avenues here, and I personally think that Colorado just thinking they can like offer guys whenever they want in Denver or in Colorado, and it's not the kids were just kind of if the kids in Colorado want to come to Boulder, cool, and if they don't, cool. I personally think you should be making a lot of these guys priority because they are from here and they do have a lot of love and respect for it, rather than just looking at it like it's a secondary, it's like an offer because they're good players in Colorado. CU has to offer them. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that Coach Gerard stepped in and got this done. This is a conversation that him and I have had multiple times. We were talking about it this morning. I love to see them offering Reese. I just have a feeling that it's too late, bro. Period.
And Matt,
and I hate to say that, but they can make this. CU can determine how this goes. Like, recruit the shit out of these 3. And see what you can see. And if it works, then cool. You get 3 great players to come in and play for you. If it doesn't work, well, we got to move on and find something that does. So It's about the kids finding the best opportunity for them. This is an unbelievable opportunity for Reese, and I'm glad that they finally did it. And he gets that notch in his belt, being as his dad. His dad is on the wall there in the facility, won the Buckus. His cousin Brady played there for
the Hall of Fame
for years, and now he's with the Seahawks and is a great pro. So it's just a long line of Russells that are just ballers. Shocker. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Definitely. And Matt, as an offensive lineman yourself, I can tell you this from at least my own perspective. Offensive linemen love run blocking.
Please come to the gym. Please, Jesus, come.
I'm not going to say that's the main reason, but also that, like you mentioned, that translation to the NFL. We just mentioned how many Big Ten and SEC offensive linemen got drafted there. But how do I say this? How does CU change that narrative, Matt? How does CU change the narrative that they don't run the ball, get offensive linemen ballers like this, and change that narrative?
Run the fucking ball?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's real easy, dog. Like, just run the ball. Just make a decision. Whether it's Salter, who you're going to have to run the ball with because he's really good RPO and does a great job throwing the ball off of it, or it's the rookie with Juju, you're going to have to support him through the run game a little bit too, unless he's just walking out there just slanging the fucking rock. So here, the answer's simple. Just run the ball. Just make a point that just because you get 2 yards or maybe 3 yards on a couple of runs to start the game, we don't sit back and go, okay, we can't do this. Let's just start throwing the ball all over the yard. You have that opportunity. Look, they've got great skill players, okay? And I'm going to reiterate this. I think that Shedeur would have been a top 10 pick, top 5 pick, if they would have instituted more professional concepts, had him under center more, ran the ball more, okay? Miami ran the shit out of the ball. Cam Ward also threw the fuck out of the ball. They had a great offense. They ran the fuck out of the ball. Mario Cristobal runs the rock.
Martinez, yep.
And it just opens up things for Cam Ward to have easy throws. Rather than every throw for Shedeur being a fucking Hail Mary throw or like having to, conquer the Rockies every time he goes on a fucking to play a game. He's got to go scale the Rockies and play a game. Well, how about we move the pocket and run bootleg and sprint out and have a fullback on the field and multiple tight ends and run gang scissor and play action off of it and put him under center and like manipulate or dictate to the defense rather than just reacting to what the defense is doing with a good player and good receivers. Can you imagine how open those lanes would have been for the receivers that were wide open anyway if we could have ran the football? And I understand that he threw the ball over the yard and what else do you want him to do? I would sacrifice 1,000 yards passing for 1,500 yards rushing and 2 more wins and him under center and them saying, oh, look, he translates to the pro game.
Bingo.
Because no one looks at stats in college football, and that dictates whether or not they're going to draft you. This is not true. Stats don't get you drafted. Stats don't mean shit. They don't care. So I'm just saying, I think that it could have, instead of Colorado and everybody just relying on Shedeur's outstanding playmaking ability and pocket presence to a point and everything he does well to kind of like save everyone, right? Rather than doing that, why don't we try and save him by just maximizing the things he does right so he doesn't have to be Superman every weekend? Because eventually you can't do it. Look at the teams that just didn't allow Shedeur to be Superman. They played shell coverage. They shut down anything other than him throwing the football. Mm-hmm. We ran away from it and didn't want to do anything but him throwing the football, and it just manipulated and compounded into bad outings. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know of any professional team that's going to go throw the rock every play from the shotgun ever and has been successful. And I don't know any that's ever done it. Most teams are run base, play action, control time of possession, and take some of the onus to be great off the quarterback all the time. So, we'll see.